run a Sivir comp, something aggressive, not always have to focus around Froggen, but still allow the team to work as a whole in that synergy.
Yeah, versus Immortals, yeah, they're definitely going to have to worry about the Huni Reignover combo.
Yeah.
Huni's been very, very hard on the Irelia recently. Definitely wants to play those carry top laners as always, and Reignover will look to enable him. Their two biggest picks have been, the Irelia plus the Rek'Sai. None of those find themselves on the ban list so far. So maybe EchoFox, try to early round one of them.
I like the Reignover takeaway. Still seeing these bans towards Froggen over and over again. Vladimir, Ryze, and Anivia, they are hitting the point they know is going to be a huge carry in every game.
Yeah, Froggen's had, the majority of the team's damage dealt to champions. He is their, veteran leader for the EchoFox team. So getting targeted in the picks and ban phase. And there's the other half of that dynamic duo I mentioned. Irelia does still get picked up for Huni, along with some speed boost to enable him.
Going to be very scary. It did not seem that EchoFox took well to the aggressive Jax play we saw from Chronologic Gaming yesterday in the top lane from Darshan. And now Huni, Irelia on the table, is going to be trying to provide the same thing from that top. EchoFox will have to be aware in the early game to not fall too far behind against an Immortals comp. They're probably going to keep building it out to go faster and go straight to your face as much as they can.
Yeah, and a lot of that responsibility will be on Grigny's shoulder. This is a guy they subbed in the latter half of their series yesterday and is going to remain on the starting lineup. Grigny will be piloting the Rek'Sai. See what they pair with it. Lucian Braum, that's a great kill lane there. Does have a lot of early pressure, and Keith and Big can try and go aggressive early maybe.
They got the Lucian. That's all Big wanted. Get the Lucian.
There you go. Get that Ghost Blade. Try and make some plays roaming around the map here. Ghost Blade plus Braum plus Rek'Sai, setting themselves up. I like what they're doing in this champ select at least.
Definitely finding the entry paths to get into their win condition. What will be the walk, the block? Wow, words are hard today. I was going to say the wall and the blocker, but they just decided to go together.
The wobble knocker?
The wobble knocker. What will be that wobble knocker that Immortals finds? How hard can they search?
Well, right now,
15 seconds left to get that.
Yeah, I think they're going to save their mid lane pick, let Pobelter get the counter pick. Just kidding. Viktor is definitely one of the easiest mages to blind pick in the current state of the game. Actually, during most iterations of Viktor, he's been a strong blind pick mid lane champion, so they're actually not scared about showing both of their solo laners. And only hiding the AD carry here for Immortals makes me think that they would like to go with some sort of Twitch or Ash pick or something like that. A little bit out of the ordinary maybe.
They actually went with WildTurtle on Jinx yesterday as well.
Yeah.
So still putting up some variables there that they may choose. Maybe put the Tristana. We actually saw him going for a very fast turret game in that Jinx pick. So Triss could still do that if they choose to go so.
Yeah, they very well could go for the Tristana turret game. They could also go for what their comp might be kind of lacking right now is some reliable engage. So the Ashe is speaking to me because you don't really want Irelia as your primary. And even Gragas going in there with the barrel is a little bit unreliable.
Huni's saying, but what do you mean? I am human Ashe Arrow. I will dive into the back line and just kill the AD carry. It may just be that. We do see the Jax picked up by KFO. I was wondering, would they take damage to damage, and they do so in that top lane. We'll see how KFO fares through that. Huni will be a tough matchup. This is the Sivir comp coming now from Immortals.
That does seem more likely because Ashe is very fearful of Lissandra plus Divers combo with the rest of the squad that Fox are showing right now. And Sivir can also rely, provide some sort of engage with the extra speed boost. With Karma and Sivir, this is a very mobile Irelia, a very mobile entire team of Immortals. And they are going to go that route. Plus, we've seen Keith. Actually, WildTurtle is going to be the one nabbing that one. Haha! Sivir's on the other foot this time.
So the double TP holding with 40 seconds left on the side of EchoFox as they look to probably have a calm early game again. Get Froggen going, make sure KFO can start pressure in the side lane, then try to get Immortals running scared for that teleport play. Immortals, they're ready to fight. They're ready to go right in with this comp.
Yeah, let's see what Echofox decided to start out with, because the Jax Irelia lane is easily swayed by jungler intervention. And I would expect Rek'Sai to be able to get up there pretty early. We'll see what Reignover does. Maybe he hovers on that top side of the map for Huni.
As we did say, Grigny back in, or not back in, still in place of Hard, as he was swapped out just yesterday. And we'll see if he can prove to be one of the big pivotal points out of the jungle for Echofox. Get on Twitter to fly your team colors. Tell the world who you are behind using hashtag FOXWin or hashtag IMTWin. And we'll tally those up as we get into game. You see the comps on your screen. Echofox looking to turn things around. Immortals looking to kind of just pan things out, figure out where they're going to be continuously going right, and stay on that path. They've been doing well. It's 4-1 versus a 1-4. We'll see if Echofox can put their foot down here as we get onto the Rift.
Yeah, I think a lot of that will be due to can Froggen in the mid lane on this Lissandra create some space for himself to get around the map and start ganking. Our most successful Lissandras have started to influence side lanes early and often in their games, not waiting until super late game for those flank initiations with teleport, but trying to roam around.
So you can get scuttle control early as well to help those roams, get everybody moving. Fox already wants to get something on the platter here. Just toying with Reignover to see if he gets aggressive. Maybe a Huni will pop out of the fog of war as per usual if they get aggro early game. But it looks like safety in the line of scrimmage, even though it gets pushed back a bit. Reignover doesn't want to give up too much.
Yeah, you very much have to respect a Braum in the early levels. Winter's Bite, one of the things that can't secure that first blood. Echofox trying to get those deep wards down. I think it's because the Lucian Braum does not want to deal with all the poke of the Sivir Karma lane, trying to shove them in. As a Braum, you know, you can make that all-in play with the Lucian Braum lane, but if you don't find success, then Sivir Karma will have wave control, try and poke you guys down. It's hard for that melee versus the double ranged. Looks like they will be able to get their lane swap though, and Immortals are going to start off on the little bit greedy side, taking away the Krugs here from Echofox, and everything's going to be pretty much mirrored. Just an extra camp start there.
Big slowly hovering around mid. See if he can get maybe a one-off on a play if Pobelter were to choose that side to hover, but correctly hovering towards Reignover. Easy peasy there for him to stay safe, and Big will return to top lane.
Yeah, and the main difference here is that KFO on the Jax soloing the small Raptors out of the Raptor camp, and while the support jungle were duoing, rather than having him duo from the very beginning. Now he makes his way up there. And Keith was in lane from the very beginning on the Lucian, rather than trying to start that side camp for them.
Yes. Jax to the turret. It's going to be much quicker than Reignover getting down to that bot side lane. They should be perfectly fine. You can see Huni's already there, getting the work done, as well as Grigny kind of taking out the Scuttle Crab. So nobody's going to get really the better turret takedown. They'll be pretty much even on this. Adrian, you can see the back line taking out the minions so they don't get hit by the minions coming in as well. All the little things to keep the turret takedown in play. Keep yourself ahead of the game.
Yeah, the really big differentiator here might be that we have an Infernal Drake as our first Drake for both these teams, and we have seen a couple of teams tunnel on really early Drake opportunities, especially when there is that Infernal, because it is their favorite, giving those immediate combat stats.
It is going to be the double back. They have set up the forward wards down there, Kobe. We saw two just get placed in. Reignover is trying to get himself a little bit deeper as he takes away Krug. So that Infernal may be on the list.
Yeah.
As we see Echofox just getting the blue over the front.
It's funny because everyone loves the Infernal so much just because it gives you damage, and damage is, oh, great.
Oh, it's awesome.
Even if these are people who aren't building damage and won't actually benefit from that much. Plus, you know, that Drake, since it's percentage based, you know, not exactly the best early game Drake. Good to have in your pocket for later, though, once everybody does start getting their damage items. So far, though, nobody tunneling on it and just standard swapping back. Both top laners backing off. Looks like we may have a recall interrupt here.
Huni is just being super mobile right now. Bottom lane picking up CS, going to the mid lane. He's going to pick up a few here and tax his Blade Surge across the lane to go back top. Keeping himself mobile, make sure he's not going to go down, but also on the map. We saw him kind of do this yesterday because his flash had to be blown, but now he's kind of just relegating himself to walking, experience, now to the top. They have everything in order.
Yeah, and because of that extra CS, he's eked out a 200 gold lead or so over KFO, plus that partial level lead that he does have over him, which is very big as far as the top laners meeting back up. Every little bit counts for top laners in lane swaps.
Yeah. See the KFO back now all the way to base, walk down the lane.
Yeah,
Won't
really
be a part of the
delayed.
gold. We'll actually see how Immortals distributes that here. Both Adrian and WildTurtle are going to back off.
Yeah, that's why we really emphasize and point out the recall interrupts, because 10 seconds like that can mean a huge, huge difference here in the early game of a lane swap. Both teams are trying to give over their solo gold, but again, the experience, an entire level at this stage in the game means a lot if they are to meet up and have to fight each other.
Froggen and Pobelter basically fighting waves in the mid lane here. We did see Froggen did teleport back to lane, so that'll be kind of pressure relieved from any type of play we'll see from him just yet. But as level 6 comes up, those should synergize quite well.
Froggen in the mid lane doing very well for himself, though. Talking about gold leads, he's got that very small 100. But again, the Huni and Reignover combo. Ooh, flash blown early here. So he's going to have to play cautiously for 5 more minutes. But the Huni-Reignover combo, Reignover is also ahead in the jungle a slight margin. And that's where this very, very small Immortals gold lead does come from.
Yep.
Fox not doing too shabby, though. This is better than usual.
It's definitely something they should keep an eye on themselves, seeing how this early game went, how they played the lane swap. We said the 10 minutes was up to 1,000 gold down for Echo Fox. They're keeping that a bit closer here, but a lot can happen in 3.5 minutes, and it looks like things are going to start as those outer turrets get down. You get a little more pressure in the inner side of the jungle.
Yeah, Fox actually go a wave ahead on the top side. They shove it all the way in. Collapse down here for some mid lane pressure. Wave clear ultimate from Pobelter is going to run them off. So now we look at the bottom wave that's crashing. In this, you always have to keep track of just the minion waves. It's going to be very, very important that they can get this all the way into the turret, so they bring down Adrian as well. There goes the Sivir wave clear, no problem. And how many will KFO be able to pick up? Rek'Sai is here to try and lend support and allow him to CS perfect.
Yeah, the rest should be good. He got all these ranged minions.
Oh, that's gonna.
Oh, that is a little scary.
Missed 1, 2, 3.
Whack
Oh!
minion. And now the other one step up. Should be able to get that. So KFO building up, still 43-20 in the CS difference of that lane, and it's not getting any easier for him here.
Yeah.
That turret's just laughing behind him. Jerk turret. 8 minutes on the clock, 700 gold. See how quick it just kind of separates. We're gonna see if Fox can find themselves a way back in. Nobody's holding too much right now. If you can see, 500 gold lead towards the top lane.
It's mostly in the Trinity Force race,
Yeah.
and that's very important. As we said, this Huni versus KFO Jax Irelia matchup can be swung pretty easily if one starts to pull out ahead. And whoever finishes their Trinity Force first has a very big advantage during that lull.
Huni would love it, more than aggressive, or more than would love to just go in and each fight aggressively and continue fighting Keith every time he can find him.
They could set up for this Infernal now, actually, because they do have Huni on top side with teleport, whereas the duo from Echo Fox is up there and have no way of joining. So this is an Immortals Infernal Drake, pretty free right now. And the top lane duo isn't getting too much done. They do have minions pretty close to the turret, but Huni on Irelia. Irelia is even easier than Jax to CS under a turret, and he should be just fine.
I'm not sure that Echo Fox had enough vision there. The dragon was quite low, but that would have been Jax and a Rek'Sai versus a Gragas and a Sivir. Right now, moving across the map, though, onto Pobelter, cleanses as quick as he can. Doesn't really have too much damage to put back on Grigny in the gravity field, so he lets him go this time. To recoup on mid lane. Froggen's gonna get back in, and Pobelter is just throwing the Chaos Storm out every time he gets the chance. He doesn't connect with the auto, but the Chaos Storm still stays in range. He gets the kill he needs, but goes down in the end as well.
Yeah, I mean, Froggen just used his ultimate, so he doesn't have that left, and Pobelter goes right in on him. Doesn't have to burn flash or anything. Even though he goes down, he got the first blood money. Echo Fox's kill was assisted though, so you kind of make up for that, and now they got mid lane pressure since the wave clear is gone. Getting some extra damage there, so not the worst thing in the world for Echo Fox, but surprising nonetheless.
It definitely makes it hard for KFO. We'll see this one more time and continue to talk about that.
I mean, then changes over to the Storm here from Viktor. The pulses do a significant amount of damage, and it's enough to get him. They do end up having to use the Rek'Sai Flash and Braum as well. So some summoner spells also gained an advantage by a Pobelter there with the solo play. Yeah. Even if the gold assist kind of even outs that number.
We kind of pointed this out casting yesterday, myself and Azael, like looking at Huni farm these lanes makes it so tough. Look where KFO is. He was just in mid trying to fight.
In the jungle.
Now he's in the jungle looking for a farm. Huni controls the wave so well after he gets that edge that it's almost impossible to come back unless you're killing another lane somehow.
Very difficult with the level lead as well.
Yeah.
No vision. You know, they have Huni supported with these pink wards entering onto their side. There's one right there. KFO, if he smells it, he could go take care of it, but does not.
Oh, unscented wards.
Never get tricked into buying those scented wards, Rip. Big now.
Nobody saw that.
Doesn't matter because nobody shot any spells at him, but that was one of those, I need to get out of here. Shield movements that way.
He was just being very clear in his direction.
Yeah. Okay, so at this stage in the game, Echo Fox, they are facing a gold deficit. They are facing a Drake deficit, and now they're getting jumped on.
Picture perfect. Puts Grigny right back in the middle of the Immortals squad. And now they're going to go ahead and happily push this wave in. They may not get everything out of it. Could see the TP from Froggen. He's still down towards the bot lane. He's slowly walking up and stops pushing bottom as his team gets taken down. He's going to have to come back now and help Keith. Both summoners in the base.
Well, here comes the snowball, Riv.
Might be going for mid, actually.
This is just heartbreaking for Echo Fox fans. You really want to root for these guys, but they've had such a rough time to split. And Immortals look very strong. They were come pretty close to even taking down TSM. So definitely making their case for top team as well. I don't know about that Rift Herald, though. I think he's going to be able to get the better of him.
Like, maybe they won't see us in here.
7,000. All right. Echo Fox are going to be able to get the Rift Herald. Comeback time.
All right, so does this go to KFO so he can just hang out?
I mean, he does need all the help he can get. He's still level 6. Huni is level 8.
Yeah.
Huni also has over 1,000 gold lead. It's 1,300 gold lead for Huni. Reignover going in, body slam flash into the ultimate, and then the collapse here. This is timed as well with that wave, as we talked about. You know, got to keep track of those big waves wherever they are on the map. Giant minion waves are an objective in themselves, and Immortals collapse on their giant minion wave, and it's just a very big push for them. Pretty early on into the game, too. This is only 13.5 minutes, and Immortals gaining a lot of momentum. Froggen's got a CS lead, though. So there's that.
Yeah, he was in the bot lane, then went to push mid. Unfortunately, couldn't get it to go down, but it is very low. That mid turret sitting around 3,200 right now. Or actually, 2,300, I should say. So a few more hits, at least one team fight if they can get Immortals pushed back. Getting that mid turret would really help to keep getting deeper wards. Because without deep wards, these teleports are really only getting to each other during the fight once they've been engaged on.
True. The teleports are going to be a big tool that Echo Fox need to get back into this game, because at this stage, Echo Fox need to manufacture a numbers advantage if they want to have any sort of fight. Right now, it's hard to get that numbers advantage if Immortals are all grouped up as 5 together, though.
Well, here's the 1-3-1. It's actually all the way in a mid across the river, a 1-3-1. They're trying to initiate to say, let's get these waves out and try and get some time to work on our own side of the map.
That's how you split up a 5-man group mid.
There you go.
They're going to pressure all lanes, get some good CS. The only problem is that since they're behind, usually, you know, when you have both side lanes pushed up like that, that's your prep to make a big play for your team. However, being behind like this, Echo Fox, after they prep both those side waves, they don't feel like they have the ability to make that play. They don't feel like they have the items to back up the minion waves that they've just set into motion, and they back off. So just trying to buy a little time for themselves here. Maybe, as you said, you know, they try and get a little bit deeper wards down.
Yeah.
It would be that teleport from Froggen. He's post level 11 now, so Lissandra with that level 2 ultimate, they can try and delete someone before Immortals can react. The problem is that Immortals have so much speed with which to react. The Sivir plus the Karma that we talked about, disengage on the Gragas as well. Makes it very difficult. And Huni right now going to be able to prune this top wave as well.
Yep. You're talking about Adrian rushing the Eye of the Watchers there for a bit of cooldown. Continue the shields, continue the poke for himself. There is the on the hunt. Big throws back to Glacial Fissure, but look at Fox coming out of the woodwork on the right side here. The teleport is going to be coming in from Huni, and that really turns Fox away to continue this fight. KFO is going to be just on the outside, leaps to his team. Chaos Storm is still in range, along with Turtle flashing forward to keep that engaged, and it looks like they will back off from the fight to gain what they can on the map.
They have the on the hunt from WildTurtle to start the initiation.
Yeah.
First engage there. After they kite back and wait for the teleport to come in from Huni, then they have the Karma speed boost. So just so much control here from Immortals. Even though they're only able to get 1 kill off of that, that's going to be the Drake as well for them. They have their deep ward still standing, and this was Echo Fox's attempt at trying to get that numbers advantage play, 5 versus 4. But a lot of disengage from Immortals, and they buy time for Huni to teleport in.
Great cast right on the teleport of Huni. Gonna give him just an open window to fly through.
Yeah.
Not that he did much.
Those flashes from Immortals at the end definitely not needed from both Adrian and WildTurtle.
They're getting hungry.
However, it probably won't end up costing him. Maybe that does, you know, bite the duo lane here if Echo Fox are able to strike back and try and catch them out of position. But as of right now, Immortals are feeling so calm that they can just spend those spells at will, pretty much. Grouping up once again to try and pressure this mid turret.
That is a good point. There's not much to punish when those flashes are down on the side of Immortals. They can pretty much take the fight at any point in time at this juncture. 5-1, 17:20 on the clock, and they take down the mid turret. The outer ring has been destroyed here for Echo Fox, so it's going to kind of be invasion time in the jungle, and they have to be careful. Already losing some of the resources.
Yeah. Echo Fox, they're kind of in that stage where they really, I don't know, they need to focus on mentality, I think. They've had very little time to practice after, you know, their loss against CLG, try and regroup and, you know, make corrections, but try and refocus because it can only get better.
So once these fights come in, say Echo Fox does get the good flank, what are their targets? Because they're still going to have to pay attention to Huni in the back line, but Froggen wants to ult somebody. What is Echo Fox looking for in that kind of perfect fight?
I think you melt the front line here for Echo Fox. If Huni's going to charge in there, just try and focus him down, because Echo Fox, they don't really have the power, you know, the items to back up a dive-style team fight.
Right.
And Huni is not a tank, right? He is on Irelia.
That's true.
So, and he doesn't have his Sterix finished yet, which I think he might be headed towards. He might have also been the one that was building Frozen Mallet, I believe. So,
not going to put it past him.
Yeah. Well, we shall see. But yeah, Echo Fox at this stage, kill whoever's in the front that they can actually focus without exposing themselves.
Well, There are some of the deep wards we were looking for, Kobe, on the side of Immortals now. The double sight stone has finally been able to push itself slowly over that river. You can see Reignover walking through a few of those wards. So possibly a next Drake could be help. But like you said, the full initiation isn't really what Fox is looking for. See if they can pick off one of those frontliners. Right now, Immortals clearing the bot side. They know top isn't really going to be any worry in that short of time. So it looks like we're going to get a fight on this. It's going to be dangerous to protect Rek'Sai.
Yeah, you can tell Immortals not worried about anything. Group back up, 5 down bottom. They had mid lane shoved. There's an easy turret for them. Saunter on out through the enemy jungle. Huni going to teleport up to catch that wave. They're not worried about split lane pressure from KFO. It's going to crash into the turret. Maybe they lose a couple of minions, but no damage will really be done to it, and Huni will get there for the cannon. Oh, doesn't even lose that extra melee, only lost 1.
Everybody participating in just about all but one kill on the side of Immortals here. Very nicely done. Getting around the map. They definitely worked very, very well as a team in the early game once the map is split open. They know exactly where the weak points are and how to affect those. Right now, they're actually giving Fox quite a bit of time here. I think they're going to kind of reel Fox into saying, yeah, bring down this mid turret again, and then we'll take a tier 2 and inhibitor.
Yeah, you can see what Immortals just went back to purchase after taking that down second tier turret. There's only 1 second tier left on the map, right in the middle. Immortals, they don't have to do anything except for 1 split push. Their 4 squad is so safe with the Karma and Sivir speed that we've already seen them demonstrate, plus the disengage from Gragas. That 4-man squad can hold mid forever pretty much, and Huni does have that small lead on Irelia, so he's just fine. He's level 11, got that level lead plus tiny bit of item lead. And now here we go. Echo Fox trying to set up a numbers advantage play. 2 versus 1, try and turn the tides here, take out this split pusher, try and take advantage of Huni's hubris. Maybe Huni goes super aggressive and they can turn it around on him. This is really their only hope.
If they see Froggen, they might just try to squeeze out mid. These are both teleports in the bot lane right now, and that's going to be tough. They can't get back to the fight. Huni actually stays alive here, but Immortals don't get Baron at this point. 21 minutes would be a pretty hard fight for them, but they were looking to bait in something there.
Yeah, I think that Immortals might be looking to clean up the last secondary turret first before they start going with the Baron baits. But that's going to be a very real threat. Infernal's going to be up in 25 seconds for Immortals. And I don't think the Equifax will fight them over it, but there is a chance. So they'll probably start with the easiest objectives, clean everything off the map, and then try and work their ways over there. But right now, inhibitor turret under fire, and Equifax don't have defense in place. A couple of autos on it, but chased off.
They got a while for these ones. Huni setting up the bot wave. Echo Fox just playing the slow, safe game right now. Making sure they don't lose anybody. 185 to 128 as KFO is still trying to scrape up CS around the map here. Huni's going to be pushing a wave into him, but may lose his life as he attempts to go for it.
Yeah, KFO coming for him, and there is a deep teleport ward. You can see they pinged it, but they're not willing to go for it. Sivir halfway down the river. Here it is!
Oh, he's gonna live the last shield from Adrian, and even goes back in to cast the Chaos Storm if the team were to reinitiate, or just say initiate altogether. And that actually stopped Fox from being able to go forward as well to get a few more of their own kills.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be an Infernal Drake. Immortals will take that. Pobelter gets out. Adrian with the Karma Shield. And Immortals don't drop anyone there.
That is a very tilting factor right there. If that continues to happen to you in your game.
That's why you take Cleanse versus Lissandra, Riv. Pobelter, it's saved his life 2 times now, I believe. This one really close, actually, though. Adrian is there, though, to shield him up. And they can just return to the same old game plan here for Immortals. Now that they've got the Drake off the field, they can set up the split once again. Oh, Huni's actually going to set up for... Okay, he was waiting to see if anyone would come to try and kill them, but gets a little impatient, doesn't want to let that money go to waste. Now he'll just pressure bottom, and Immortals can threaten the Baron. try and start clearing out those wards because it doesn't look like they really want to siege anymore. Now, Sivir is pretty short range, and even Viktor, difficult for him to get those autos on turret if he doesn't have cleanse and flash to rely upon, getting jumped on. So maybe the safer bet is control vision around Baron, let Huni control the side lane.
Dialed back a little bit. Not full go mode, but they're still ready to fight.
Yeah, you can see what Echo Fox have learned from their game yesterday, though. They're trying the same thing CLG did versus them. It was this two-man split push, basically. CLG had it where Darshan was on the Jax. He would show in lane, kill the minions, and show as a single split pushing Jax. And then they had Huni follow him for a two-man teleport split push. Echo Fox doing the same thing, and KFO lays the beat down on Huni, popping the life grip and chasing him out of lane.
Yeah, see how fast that changes. That Cutlass as well, once that finishes, is really going to make it hurt as well. And doesn't look like they have enough minions to engage. It's just going to be the tit for tat in mid lane as Froggen starts to come back here from the side, but he'll be warded out.
Yeah.
Actually, he may not have passed a ward there. Oh, he did that.
Wherever Froggen goes, that's where the possibility of playmaking is for Echo Fox. Here goes Immortals, though.
Froggen right onto Turtle. His spell shield is on, so Froggen's waiting. And they actually throw it right onto Pobelter, making sure the AoE damage of the fight is pretty much gone. But you have to remember, those bouncing boomerangs from Turtle can still do a heck of a lot of damage. But Immortals focuses on the turret. The top lane fight is still going back and forth with no Viktor to be had just yet. Grigney staying on the front line to try and deter Immortals from taking it. So mid laner for mid laner.
Yeah, I was actually curious. Immortals decided to go for that with sight of Froggen there in flanking position. Froggen does strike and take down Pobelter, who he knows doesn't have it. Oh, Turtle dead!
That's going to be all she wrote for that fight. Keith relentless pursuit forward and takes down WildTurtle. It seems like Immortals is overstaying their welcome a little too much here.
Yeah.
And KFO should get a bit of free time with this turret.
A little bit careless play here from Immortals. You know, they try and engage with the Lissandra showing. KFO starting to bully Huni in the 1v1, even down the level. Gets pressure on the turret. Things are looking up for Echo Fox ever so slightly as they get the other kill onto Turtle for pretty much nothing as well. They would really need to knock down those turrets to make it a true comeback step, though, and get that gold afterwards. But yeah, here's Immortals. They just engage 4 versus 4 with the Lissandra seen right behind him. Pobelter, they know he's got no cleanse.
They all flash forward from the Chaos Storm. That was ballsy. Very nicely done. See where they can keep going. Doesn't seem like Immortals is ready to relieve that pressure. Love tap takes down mid turret. 27 minutes. As we come up towards 30, the 7,000 gold lead here for Immortals. It actually seems like they should be pressuring more, but the work KFO is doing is keeping Huni on the side and actually keeping Huni down now. 230 to 183 CS.
Yeah.
He almost has that Blade of the Rune King finished up now.
It is a lot. I mean, even though Steric's Gauge does increase the damage of your Trinity Force proc, because it increases the base damage of your champion, and that's all that the Trinity Force proc scales off of. It doesn't have a lot of combat effective. As far as straight up stats, if you don't count the shield passive, it doesn't provide a lot of, it's not that efficient. Uh-oh, here goes Huni. Locked up.
Frozen Tomb, locked up, knocked up. He's trying to get an Equilibrium Strike on and play a little ring around the road.
There it is! They did it! The two-man split push, Riv! They learned this yesterday. They use it effectively now. They're able to get their kill. They finally get a turret for themselves. However, it's going to cost them an inhibitor turret. So I think they make the call to get their own inhibitor turret and use this minion wave.
Oh, boy. But Keith is mid, though. He's going to have to come back now. There's so much little health on that mid turret that it looked good, and he didn't think they were going to be going for the base. Now it's a semi-base race. The power is definitely on Immortals' side here. Keith comes back, calls it out. They're going to save the other Nexus turret, so they drop inhibitors. But for the Nexus turret, Chaos Storm, Gravity Field to pull him back, doesn't even need it. Gets the autos and the Q off, and they get the shield back. Pobelter, that means he can still go hard under the Nexus turrets, but they say, wait a minute. Not get too crazy here. They've backed out of our base, so we can slow this down and see how they try to defend.
Huni's got teleport, though. He's waiting to teleport in. Immortals are not done. They're going to make Echo Fox pay for that.
Is there a ward coming in? Obviously, they have the minions.
Got
It's someone to be fighting. Maybe it's the one the turret goes on. It actually goes on Reignover. I'm not sure he wanted that right away, but it's not really going to matter. He is huge. Immortals looking to put the final touches on. They go for the back line, and KFO goes down with that idea. It's going to be Fox trying to get to the fountain for solace, and now it's going to be Immortals looking to take game one just under 30 minutes over Echo Fox.
Man. So Echo Fox, they tried, what they were trying to do there is get back into the game by claiming some tower gold in that game of chicken with Immortals. But that play all hinged on the squad that was at the Nexus holding the Nexus. And Echo Fox tried to get one too many things. They wanted to get the inhibitor plus mid lane turret, which was about to fall over, but Keith not being there from the very beginning to try and defend Nexus turrets ended up costing